Hey guys, my name's Jonny P. I'm the owner of Narrative Clothing Co. But there's a number of you that know me as my nickname, Jonny Rockstar. So let's talk about that. Let me share the story of how I got that nickname because it kind of leads into why I started this whole clothing company in the first place. A friend gave me the nickname Jonny Rockstar in college because all I talked about was being in a band. It wasn't just a dream, but a destiny I was going to make happen. So a few years later after college, I moved back to my hometown and met some guys that played music. In a very condensed story, they would say my first introduction to them was, "Hey, I'm Jonny. Want to be best friends and play in a band?" I don't remember the story going 100% that way, but it seems like something I would do. So we started playing in like September or something, and by February, we had placed in the top 10 at one of the largest music competition, Battle of the Bands in the Midwest. We secured playing a summer festival. We had vice presidents of record labels taking notice. I remember before the final competition, we were doing a meet and greet Q&A session with the industry pros they'd brought in, and every other band or artist had been saying they'd been a band or making music for years. When it was our turn to talk, we kind of looked around sheepishly and were like, yeah, we've been doing this for maybe 6 months. And it was like, if we can get close to your level in 6 months, you're not ready for where we're gonna be in a few years. Well, fast forward those few years and we switched members out due to marriages or starting college. So I ended up playing a solo showcase in Nashville for A&R reps for all the major labels that a management company had put together. And my acoustic set went pretty well, and I remember a rep from one of the labels saying, "Man, how are you not a superstar?" Funny enough, after that, literally every door that possibly could be open closed. None of the labels called back. The management company dissolved not too far after. I was crushed. That was Jonny Rockstar. Jonny freaking Rockstar. Or I had been Jonny Rockstar, because without playing in the band, who was I? What was my identity? So a quarter-life crisis happened. I think that's an official term. I just crashed mentally. I had to work with some good mentors and people to really figure out who I was, what my purpose was, where is my identity from, where do I get my value from. Through this process, I realized there's a pretty big difference between success and significance. Success is very me-focused. I'm at the center of success. And if that success, however you define it, doesn't happen, well, it's easy to feel pretty empty and broken and crushed, and like you don't have value. Significance is others-focused. One of my favorite quotes I heard during this time was, "If you're the main character in your story's too small." All of that leads me to now. So when people meet Jonny Rockstar, whenever we've interacted or talked, if I've said hey at the gym or Chick-fil-A or whatever, I hope you felt like you're the most important person in that moment. I hope you felt like you have value. Because you do matter. Your story is important. And you could do something groundbreaking and revolutionary and epic, but there's no less value in your story being something you're doing every day. Something ordinary. So Narrative as a clothing brand isn't my next step to success. I hope it becomes something significant though. I hope when people see me in person or just as a dumb face on a t-shirt, they know they've always got someone in their corner, cheering them on, helping them tackle whatever obstacle or thing is in front of them next. Maybe it's you and you just need to know that someone loves you for you. Narrative isn't another chapter in me telling my own story, but hopefully a new sentence, page, paragraph, or chapter in you telling yours. That extra boost you need to start writing your own story of significance. I'm Jonny P. You can always call me Jonny Rockstar though. That's my narrative.